Hi guys, back with another Power Book 2 review. And man, so obviously it's always going to be spoilers. So yep, spoilers. So yeah, Saxx is basically the MVP of this, episode. Damn. Ooh, his niece helped him a lot in this episode, and I wasn't expecting that from her. Well, in her second episode, I wasn't expecting her to get that much of a win, and it was literally an accident. Yeah, that was crazy. Because she basically ends up drugging him when she meant to drug, Tariq's best friend at his, birthday party, since it's actually, Tariq's birthday today. And at the beginning of the episode, we see, Tasha dreaming about, having the family back together. I like how Ghost wasn't in that picture as well. From the man that he, proved himself, as in the end of Power Season 6 anyway. What was it, episode 9 or 10 where, she just, that moment when, Ghost hit, Tasha, it was probably she was probably over him at that point. She was done with him. He crossed the line. So I can see why why she wouldn't want Ghost in her dream sequence in Tariq's 18th birthday. But yeah, we also get to see Mona again, which was cool. Tariq's sister and Tasha's, daughter. Yeah, it was good to see her again. Because even at the end, we see, Tariq go to her grave and say a few things at, James St. Patrick's grave, his dad's grave. But yeah, we'll talk about that later, since that's... Could you say that's the biggest thing in this episode with what happens with that? But yeah, where should I start? Because that it spills into, Saxx's biggest wins and being the MVP of this episode. But yeah, where should I start? Man. So yeah, Tariq, we know that he's working with Monique, but Monique's kind of doing some investigating on Tariq, still, to be careful. So she wants Diana to, she basically teaches her some things with the way how money manipulates men. Example, the cop. Because if you can make men feel like they're the king from you, then you can make them do anything in a way. So that's what Diana tries to do with Tariq, but it doesn't really work, especially since another girl that he likes, Warren, comes over. So yeah, that's when he goes to his, birthday party, surprise party, should I say. Was it a surprise party? I can't even remember. But yeah, basically Saxx's niece is kind of, I guess, she's with Tariq's friend, and she's, she was trying to joke him about using one of the drinks. She put something in the drinks, but it accidentally went into Tariq's drink. But then, even though she didn't even mean to do that, and it was an accident with everything that happens, she still sneaks in. Well, it's not Tariq's room, but she sneaks into a room where Tariq is, and then goes into his phone and stuff. And is it something to track where he is? I think that's how it works. And then that's when Saxx... Well, we'll talk about that later when, Tariq leaves the party. But yeah, when he wakes up, he's basically in his friend brother's room. And yeah, his friend's brother's kind of a jerk, which we've seen in episode 2, I think. But yeah, it seems like Tariq's kind of a punk to his friend for most of the episode, so he's not really liking that. And he kind of wants to talk to him, even when he's woke up from how he was feeling. But yeah, before that, it was Rowan who dropped him inside that room anyway, his friend's room. Because I guess there was talking, there was never gonna kiss, but Tariq was drunk. Well, he was drugged anyway, not drunk. Still drunk, but he was drugged by Saxx's niece. And yeah, she basically got what she needed and left. And then, Tariq's friend's brother, kicks him out of his room, since it was his room that Tariq was put in. And then, he just leaves while also shouting at his friend. and then the next day they have a talk. But we're gonna focus on the grave scene now. Yeah, let's focus on that. And there is some stuff about, with those teachers, but nothing really special. Just that, well, Tariq's teacher trying to figure out what to do for a story because he's just lost right now, and he tries to get back with his ex Paula, but that doesn't really work out. Yeah, that sort of thing. So he's trying to think of a new story right now. I'm not sure if he's gonna try to use Tariq or something. Imagine if he does, but I don't know. There's not much to talk about with him, but yeah, we'll go to the grave scene now. But, well, I can't really talk everything because I think I should talk about the whole, you know, situation with, Saxx. Is it Mika? If I'm saying the name right, I feel like I'm saying one now. Is it Monica or something? Yeah, Monica. And I guess McLean, what's going on with them in this episode. So I'll talk about that first, then the grave scene, and just explain how much, Tariq basically messed up. But yeah, there's one more thing that happened in the party. So yeah, when Tariq was leaving, he saw Diana again, and then she's able to like sneak his gun, which I don't know if that was a smart move, but Monique wasn't happy with that, since he says that kind of causes a problem. But I think she uses that for another reason. Well, the Monique uses that to maybe bring Tariq more into the fold by giving a replacement gun. So at least Tariq's not going to be hesitant from them since they gave him a new gun. And they have no idea that, Diana took the gun. But yeah. Also, I think Monique was trying to find out what was going on with that. Was it Drew and that boy who was with in the last episode? Yeah. She's trying to get answers from that. And Drew and that boy just tried to, keep it cool. Not really show that they like each other, I guess. And yeah, so the grave scene, I can't really talk about that. I'm not going to talk about that. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it yet until I talk about Saxx, McLean, and yeah, Monica. So Saxx basically is kind of in danger since still, because of him being in the crime scene where Ghost got killed. And then I think Monica, like, what is her angle again? Because I'm just trying to keep up with her angle. Because this is when I was getting a bit mixed up, and I don't know if I'm gonna be getting a bit mixed up when I try to explain it, with what she's trying to do. Because didn't she kind of go more to McLean's side? Because previously she just wanted Tasha to get locked up, but then she kind of changed sides with McLean, and now this is happening where, oh man, oh my god, this episode with them three, when it comes to them. Oh, because McLean, I'm not sure what his angle is like. He's the one who confuses me the most because that he's on McLean. McLean is on. I'm getting mixed up again. McLean is trying to prove Tasha's innocence, and he's helping Tariq to do that because Tariq's paying him. And now at the end, oh well, I can't really talk about that party yet until I've talked about the grave scene. So, what's Monica actually trying to do right now? Is she still on McLean's side, but we're trying to prove Tasha's not the queen pin? Yeah, I'm still a bit confused with that. But yeah, I think that's how it is for her. And in Saxx, he's trying to. Oh my god, it's like, how's this actually going now? Because yeah, I'm just a bit confused on who's trying to do what, especially with Monica. But McLean, oh my god, I'm just gonna talk about the grave scene so it's more easy to explain. With McLean and Saxx, with what they negotiate at the end. So yeah, Tariq, he basically goes to the grave. He says a few things to Mona about wishing that he died instead of Mona. And man, back then I was kind of thinking that too, if the choices he was making with Kanan. At this point, I just want the best for Tariq, but the things he's doing, I'm just not sure how that's gonna go. Well, I don't want Tariq to have a bad ending, but it kind of depends on the character that he becomes by the end of the show. Yeah, that's kind of the main thing. we just have to see what kind of character he becomes to see what kind of ending he deserves. Because with Ghost, he deserved that ending. He deserved to die. It's just kind of messed up that it's by his son. Because everything going right for him, and then he kept saying like, "No one can stop me." Then he gets shot by his son. Lol. Like, he deserved everything he got because he expected the truth from everyone, but he always lied. Yeah. He wasn't really the best role model for his son. So he's trying to be better. And I really hope he does be better and don't end up like his dad. And that's why I'd want him to be more with Warren than Diana, because he would go more on the darker side. And I do think there's going to be a time where he does go more on the darker side, but in the end, I just hope he ends up with Warren. But yeah, we're just going to have to see what happens with the show as it goes on. Oh yeah, and this is the scene where what I'm talking about, where Saxx gets his big win. Possibly. I don't think it's going to perfectly go the way how he wants, but right now it seems like he has the big win right now. So yeah, Tariq, he basically kind of spills like what he did to his father when he was talking at his grave, and he says some of the things that I just said while he's at his father's grave. And Saxx, since I think he was able to track him because of what his niece did, he was able to record what he was saying, and that kind of puts him in a situation where he could be screwed. And also Tasha, like, she wants to testify right now because she's kind of scared for what could happen to Tariq. And it's probably because of that dream sequence as well. It just probably made her think. But yeah. Also, Tariq never got to see Tasha because of what happened to him. Like, when he was going out, he was probably planning to see his mum on his birthday. But, with what Sax's niece did, she drugged him and all that. But yeah. So yeah, Saxx actually gets a recording of, Tariq kind of saying that he did something to his father, but he doesn't say like he killed him. He doesn't outright say it. Because that could mean anything, but we all know that, he killed Ghost, his father, James. But if they was putting that in court, like, it's not enough to say like he killed his father. But he said that he was still trying to find a way, like, because this is the closest he's got so far, and that's from a mistake as well. Like, just Tariq messed up so much in this episode that I still don't think it's gonna go all bad for him. I still think things are gonna work out still for Tariq. I don't think from episode 5, like, he's screwed. No way. And this is where I have to talk about what McLean does at the end. So it seems like McLean's either trying to play smart and trick, Saxx, since, Saxx kind of shows him the tape and all that. And, McLean says that he makes a deal with him for Tasha to be proven innocent, and then Tariq takes the blame. Like, so basically he's betraying his client. But I still don't think that McLean's actually going to betray Tariq. I think this is more like a trick of some kind. I just don't know how this is going to go. But we're just going to have to wait and see for that. So I don't think McLean's betrayed Tariq right now. I think he's got some kind of plan. I possibly might be one, but we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Because it just seems like everything's just gone wrong for Tariq. So Diana gets the gun. He gets mad at his friend, but he kind of makes it up when, he wakes up and stuff. He kind of puts him more into what's going on. Like, he'll let him know, because what if he got caught by the cops? Like, what would he say? Like, Tariq would be screwed. He'd try to lie, but he'd probably make things worse. So that's why he kind of puts him more into the fold and what Tariq's plan is. Since he kind of explains that, Lorenzo is the king, Monique's the queen, and I think is it Kane who's the Wookiee, but he's like the cold one of the family, the one who does all the shooting. Drew's more of the smart one, and then Diana, like, she isn't really classed right now. She's more like in training to be her mother, but she's not really doing that well right now. But yeah, but he basically kind of tells him on the plan and what he's trying to do to get his trust back. So he kind of works out things there, sort of, yeah. But in 3, he gets caught on tape by Saxx. Like, just so many things go on in this episode. He also nearly messed up with school as well. Like, he was getting behind, but then he makes up for that. And that's probably why his teacher's probably gonna write about Tariq, for everything that he's going through. I think that's the direction they're going in with him anyway. He's gonna just see what's going on with Tariq and just write about it. I don't know, whatever. He's like the one I care about the least. Same with the teacher and what. Like, is it Zeke? Is Zeke with the teacher Paula now? Just, whatever. Because she just had one of those scenes in the last episode, and a lot of people complained about those scenes in the previous episode. Like, they just went crazy. And because, man, I've watched the original Power Show, and Jesus. And then seeing, I'm not talking about that anymore. But yeah, it seems like Tariq's pretty much screwed, but I think things will work out. And what else haven't I covered? So the only thing I'm confused about is, like, what side is Monica on? Because McLean goes to, visit, Monica at her house, thinking there's someone there when it's actually, Tariq. I kind of wasn't fully paying attention to what they was talking about. But, he just escaped afterwards when McLean came. Probably trying to sort out something with his mom. With whatever side she's on at this point. It seems like it's even going to be more complicated if McLean's actually going to betray Tariq. But yeah, we'll just see where that goes. Because is Monica more on the side of Saxx or McLean? Because right now I'd say McLean, but yeah. But yeah, if you guys want to talk about Monica's true role in this story right now, because I'm kind of all over the place with her right now, yeah, just comment below. Maybe you could explain it better for me. Look, seeing some videos right now about the show. So yeah, that was my review of Power Book 2, Episode 5. A huge improvement from the previous episode, because a lot of people had mixed feelings with that episode. Watching it back, because I watched the episode twice, like, oh god, it's not a good episode. That's what I'm gonna say. There's a few plot points that I cared about, but overall that wasn't that good of an episode. For obvious reasons. But yeah, this was a better episode, even though it made Tariq look like an idiot. God, he was drugged though, but yeah, come on. Jesus. You should have just went straight to bed instead of the things he was doing. But yeah, guess I'm going to end it here. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.